The global electric vehicle market has rapidly evolved into one of the most fiercely contested arenas in international trade. Once seen as a symbol of cooperation and shared progress toward a greener future, the EV sector now finds itself at the heart of a growing economic conflict between major world powers. As countries race to dominate the future of transportation, electric vehicles have become more than just cars. They are now strategic assets, representing technological leadership and economic influence on the world stage. This transformation has turned the industry into a battleground in a new kind of trade war, where tariffs and policy decisions can shift the balance of power overnight. Every shipment, every negotiation, and every policy announcement is closely watched by governments and corporations alike, as the stakes have never been higher. In 2024, the European Union took a bold step by imposing significant tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles, arguing that Chinese manufacturers benefited from unfair government subsidies that distorted the market. The EU's move was intended to protect its own automotive industry and level the playing field for European companies, but it also risked escalating tensions with China, the world's largest EV producer. China responded swiftly and decisively. In a dramatic show of economic strength, Chinese authorities canceled 150,000 electric vehicle orders from Europe, a move valued at a staggering $5 billion. This retaliation sent shockwaves through the industry, highlighting just how interconnected and vulnerable the global EV supply chain has become. The cancellation underscored Europe's deep reliance on Chinese manufacturing, not just for electric vehicles, but for the entire ecosystem of green technology. From batteries to solar panels and wind turbines, Chinese components are woven into the fabric of Europe's green transition, making any disruption a serious threat to progress on climate goals. Now, European leaders face a difficult balancing act. They must protect local industries and jobs while ensuring that affordable, cutting-edge green technology remains accessible. The sudden loss of Chinese EVs has left factories idle, showrooms empty, and policymakers scrambling for solutions. In this new era, the economic landscape is shaped by tariffs, strategic mistrust, and the constant threat of further escalation. The future of the global EV market and the world's green ambitions hangs in the balance. The EU imposed tariffs after investigating China's EV industry subsidies. These subsidies allowed Chinese firms to undercut European manufacturers. Tariffs were tailored to offset these subsidies, with severe penalties for state-owned companies. This marked a shift in the EU's trade posture, risking a trade conflict with China. In a move that sent shockwaves through the European auto industry, China abruptly canceled 150,000 electric vehicle orders destined for Europe. The sudden decision left ports crowded with unsold cars and logistics companies scrambling to adjust. For many, it was a stark reminder of how interconnected and vulnerable the global automotive supply chain has become. Major Chinese automakers like BYD and SAIC, who had invested heavily in expanding their European presence, faced immediate and significant setbacks. Production lines slowed, export plans were thrown into disarray, and company executives were left grappling with the financial and reputational fallout. The cancellations not only threatened their bottom line, also cast doubt on future expansion plans in the region. On the other side, European businesses, ranging from large-scale importers to local dealerships, were caught in the crossfire. Many had already committed resources to marketing, logistics, and infrastructure for the incoming vehicles. Now, they faced empty showrooms, broken contracts, and mounting financial pressure as they scrambled to fill the sudden gap in their inventories. The abrupt cancellations left a vacuum in the market, forcing companies to revise sales forecasts and rethink business strategies. Boardrooms across Europe were filled with urgent meetings as executives tried to assess the long-term impact and find alternative suppliers. The uncertainty rippled through the industry, affecting not just sales, but also jobs and investment plans. For European consumers, the consequences were immediate and tangible. With fewer vehicles available, choices shrank and prices began to climb. Shoppers who had hoped to buy affordable electric cars now faced limited options and higher costs, making the transition to greener transportation more difficult for many families. Previously, the influx of Chinese EVs had helped drive down costs, making electric motoring accessible to a broader segment of the population. These vehicles played a crucial role in accelerating Europe's shift towards sustainable transportation, offering affordable alternatives and boosting competition in the market. Now, the European Union faces a difficult balancing act. Its industrial policies, designed to protect local manufacturers, are increasingly at odds with its ambitious environmental goals. As policymakers debate the best path forward, the fallout from these cancellations highlights the complex trade-offs at the heart of Europe's green transition. China's response extended beyond the automotive sector. It restricted rare earth exports, crucial for EVs and wind turbines. China imposed duties on EU agricultural imports, targeting sensitive sectors. It tightened control over its own advanced automotive technologies. This strategic retaliation raises the stakes, moving beyond car tariffs to a broader economic confrontation. Both sides are adapting to the new trade reality. Chinese firms are establishing EU factories to bypass tariffs. BYD and others are investing in local production, transforming into local stakeholders. The EU is fostering innovation through initiatives like the European Connected and Automated Vehicles Alliance. Chinese automakers are exploiting loopholes, increasing plug-in hybrid exports. The EU must constantly reassess its trade measures. The EV tariff dispute reflects broader EU-China tensions. EU exports to China have declined, while US exports have surged. European firms face shrinking market access in China, fueling frustration. Geopolitical concerns, like sanctions on Chinese entities, complicate relations. The dispute signals a strategic reassessment by the EU to protect its economic sovereignty. Both sides are cautiously exploring de-escalation pathways. The stakes are high, and every move is being carefully calculated. Diplomats are working tirelessly to find common ground, hoping to avoid any escalation that could lead to economic instability. The atmosphere is tense, but there's a shared understanding that cooperation is essential for mutual benefit. Diplomatic channels remain open, with ongoing discussions. These conversations are not just about trade, but also about setting the stage for future collaborations. Both sides are aware that the decisions made today will have long-lasting impacts on their economies and industries. Chinese firms are building EU factories, reshaping the automotive landscape. This move is seen as a strategic effort to integrate more deeply into the European market, creating jobs and fostering innovation. The presence of these factories is a testament to the growing interdependence between the two regions. This localization blurs lines between domestic and foreign competition. Consumers now have access to a wider variety of vehicles, and the competition is driving advancements in technology and efficiency. The blending of brands and manufacturing processes is creating a new dynamic in the automotive industry. The global EV market faces fragmentation and regional competition. Each region is pushing to become a leader in electric vehicle technology, leading to a race for innovation. This competition is beneficial for consumers, as it accelerates the development of better, more affordable electric vehicles. The EU-China relationship balances cooperation on climate change with industry competition. Both regions recognize the importance of addressing environmental issues, and there is a concerted effort to develop sustainable solutions. However, this cooperation is tempered by the competitive nature of their industries. The outcome depends on finding a fair competition solution for both sides. Achieving this balance is crucial for ensuring that both regions can thrive without undermining each other's efforts. The future of the automotive industry, and indeed the broader economic relationship between the EU and China, hinges on these delicate negotiations.